Welcome in everybody to the Frost Esports Title 1 Blizzard event. My name's Quanzek. I'm joining the booth here by Starcoin Hero. How are you doing tonight, Starcoin?
I'm doing fantastic. It's always a good night when you are about to watch some great Rocket League gameplay. That's exactly what we are about to see. Quanzek, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing alright. Had a very long and busy day, but excited to rewind and get some free entertainment here by these teams out on the pitch. It should be a great first game to kick things off. We have Funky Boys versus Rocket Scientists. And I believe all the players are already good to go, so once they go ahead and join on the pitch, we'll get it underway. I'm just excited to break things down here. I mean, it's been a while since I've casted Rocket League, and I'm finally, I've been away from home for a while, so this is sort of my homecoming, if you will, Star.
I get what you are saying, but here we are. The 6 players are on the field. The countdown's underway, and here we go. We kick off this Blizzard tournament with Funky Boys versus Rocket Scientists. Funky Boys in blue and the Rocket Scientist in orange. Let's see what we got here. Early shot, Iceborg. Tub picks it up. Mercy hits it back down. Tub making his presence known on the defense. Now he's going to drive it back down, put that defense in an awkward spot. Bar down, hit away though. Dangerous spot early for the Funky Boys, but they keep this game scoreless.
Iceborg able to make that save on 0 boost and take his team the distance of the pitch as well. Spook's a little bit awkward here. He doesn't have boost to make a play, but he takes a good 50 and leaves it for Mercy, and that will be our first goal on stream of the tournament. Just a good setup there by Spook's, good 50, and Mercy wasn't going to let that one slip through the cracks.
Wow. Early lead, 38 seconds in. Mercy finds the top left. And just like that, Rocket Scientists will be starting off this game on the back foot. And early, it is the Funky Boys already back on the attack. But Tub looking to make something happen. There's Whale hitting it out of his teammates' hands. Gamma trying to set it back up, but Mercy will get there to undercut that. Gamma following it back, trying to get behind it, but he's just at an awkward angle. Gamma going to try to follow it up the wall. Once again, the ball's bouncing kind of awkwardly. Iceborg, great shutdown, but there's Whale right behind him, looking for the 50. Gets there a little bit too late. Gamma receives it in midair, hits the flip reset, can't quite flip it with enough power. And now it's Tubbird. Takes it up. It's just Mercy to beat, but Mercy gets the better of him. Takes that ball away, clears it back off to the corner. 3:30 left on this clock, and the defense is holding up really strong for the Funky Boys. The Rocket Scientists have been putting quite a lot of shots on net, and they've been having a lot of offensive presence, but the defense just too strong.
I'd argue actually the opposite right now. Funky, the Rocket Scientists able to put on 3 shots on net here, but they're not actually generating any pressure. They spend a lot of time in the blue half, but only forcing out 1 save. Even despite their ball control in this blue half, they haven't actually been able to make it amount to anything. Again, that one's just easily cleared out in front of the midfield. Mercy able to control that one. Will actually not be able to slot in the open net. Don't believe he thought it would be. And, you know, we're going to reach the halfway point of this game. And Rocket Scientists, I want to see something more convincing from them on offense, because as it stands right now, they're sort of just floating things at the net and hoping that the Funky Boys slip up on their controller.
We'll see. They have not slipped up too much yet, but that can change as we get later on into the game as well as the series. As these tensions, they can get high and things can change just like that. At the time, running a bit thin, not too much to worry about now, only down by 1, but still 2 minutes to go. But you gotta generate some pressure. You are right about them not finding too much pressure. They've been forcing the defense to make some plays, but there haven't been too many meaningful shots, too many booming shots. They've been just kind of taking it slow. Here we see Mercy doing that same thing, and that was absolutely beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss. 2-0 lead for the Funky Boys. Slow and steady wins that race every time.
Way too much space here given to Mercy. I mean, being forced to go for an inside-out save and just not able to make the correct read on that ball. And Mercy really just an open net to shoot at. He's going to have 400 points on the scoreboard without anybody else on his team even reaching 100. So definitely putting the team on his back early in this one. Spooks gets a demo and may actually be able to get back around for the shot. That one's on target, but Iceborg couldn't have the read as it went up the side wall there. Tov over the top of one. This one sorts the net. Mercy can't get there, and Whale will cut the lead in half, able to capitalize on the misfortune. This is what they were looking for, that unforced error.
Great setup as well by Tov, and it's Whale coming in at the right time, taking advantage of the defensive mishap from Funky Boys and then being forced out of their positions. And now it is a 2-1 game. Funky Boys still with the lead, but it is a lot more manageable. And already early offensive aggression or early offensive possession showed by Rocket Scientists. Whale with the demo opens up a lot of space, but Gamma, the mechanics, not quite what they need to be. Fumbling around that ball a little bit too much. That was a very dangerous spot, but it worked out. 60 seconds left. Iceborg got to get back. It's Spooks in that position, though. There's Whale. We see it once again. Tov on the setup. Whale following him right behind. Just a perfect play, perfect position. Spooks trying to go up for, and Mercy a little bit too slow.
Of all the heavy lifting on that one, and it's a really good comeback here by Rocket Scientists. They will put themselves in the driver's seat of this game, control their own destiny. As Mercy now looking for Iceborg, that one coming across. Iceborg now gonna try the backboard, and Spooks is there for the answer, gonna put that ball into the net, and just like that, they say, we won our lead back, thank you very much. They're gonna go up 3-2.
That they are. Not too much time left either. 42 seconds left, puts a little bit of pressure on the Rocket Scientists. However, we have seen how fast they can score. I believe they scored like 2 in just around 40 seconds with their last string of goals, so they're going to have to find a way to channel that energy once again. But here we see him pinned on the back foot. That demo going to help to open up a lot of space. Gamma trying to undercut it, but no, he goes for the demo instead. But that might give the Funky Boys a little bit of time to recollect. Iceborg, a great 50 right there. Going to take it off the wall. Spooks off the board. It's Tov shutting it down. Now Mercy on that midfield trying to keep it on the orange half, but the clock is ticking, and it's do or die for this game number 1. Here we see Mercy trying to take it up the wall, just keeping it away as long as possible. Clock has expired, and Spook's going to let it touch the ground. Funky Boys finding game 1 in 3-2 fashion.
Able to get back on top late. Did let Rocket Scientists in for a brief moment there, but shut it down after not too much longer. Honestly, Mercy, he had those 2 individual solo goals that were really the difference. I mean, the first one he had was assisted, but still, Mercy's scoreline there, definitely what you want to see out of one of your We'll get underway here, going into this next round of the game, of this series. I'm curious to see what adaptations come from Rocket Scientists, because, you know, they got off to a very slow start that time around. They eventually did find their pace, but it took them a while to get up to speed, so curious to see what changes come about so they can get on top, on point sooner. We'll see what that looks like as we get underway here in Game 2.
That we will. You are right about them starting off slow. But nearing about mid-game, a little bit after that, they started to find their footing and started making some meaningful plays. So we will see how this Game 2 goes. This will be a best-of-3 series, so it is already the Funky Boys on series point and on the verge of sending the Rocket Scientists down to the lower bracket. But Whale, once again, scores off the setup from Tov. The Tov to Whale connection is out of this world.
A little bit of miscommunication there by the Funky Boys in the midfield line. I think there was a little bit of a team bump on their way back to their net for that rotation that ended up breaking apart that entire play, opening the door for Whale to capitalize, and he does so yet again off of a tough assist. You wouldn't have it any other way if you're this team, and that seems to be the dynamic duo on the pitch. Maybe they connect again. Instead, it goes across. Spooks now looking in the midfield for Iceborg. Iceborg took the backboard, but that one will get cleared away into the corner before anything comes of it. Iceborg does read it well, though. Gonna try that same spot on the backboard again, and now it's Gamma there to answer. Gamma again called to it on the sidewall. Mercy trying one from range, but that's gonna be an easy save for Whale. Now, Rocket Scientist and crew, led by Titl, will look to break out. Whale with the shot, and it's the 4th time this duo is gonna connect.
The Titl and Whale connection has been nothing short of electric this game. Titl with the setup, Whale perfectly placed every time. It's like the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. This is an out of this world connection. Like I said, it's going to be hard to shut this down. But here we see Iceborg taking it so close, but it's just off the post. And the accuracy is close, but no cigar. And just like that, Funky Boys remain scoreless. Gamma taking the shot. It's Whale trying to find it, but no! It's going to be the own goal. And who else but Tub on the setup? But this time, it's not to Whale. It's to that third man, Gamma. And Spooks. What an unfortunate touch right there. 3-0 for Rocket Scientists.
Very tricky situation there if you're Spooks. He's going to drop the My Brain is Massive in chat. Maybe this is the long con play that we don't know about. They have something drawn up in the playbook, but oh, that could have been it actually from Mercy. You know, it's a tough read on that goal line, especially when you know there's somebody barreling towards you from the other team. You got to do something, and unfortunately his something was throwing it into his own net. That'll make his team be down by 3 goals here. Spooks gets that boost taken out from underneath him by Iceberg, but Iceberg will get back to the ball to help out. Now try a shot on net. That one's a 50, goes straight to the ceiling. Gamma just going to put it right back there. Doinks it right back to the roof. And Whale chasing this one down. He might have gotten a piece of it, but not enough to deter Spook's route on that ball. And we go right back the other way. It's Boom Ball, and Gamma will get credit for a save this time.
And here we see another setup. Oh, Iceborg almost has it. Good position, but the touch is not quite there. Gamma faking, but he's still able to get a piece of it, though. And now it's Whale just waiting for the ball to get close so we can take it up this wall. Tuv takes that shot, but Iceborg is there, makes that clear off the save from Mercy. Iceborg styles on one, hits it back to the center. The redirect is there, the shot as well, but Whale, he sees right through it. A little bit over 2 minutes to go. Funky Boys have remained scoreless, and this Rocket Scientist team has put so much pressure on this Funky Boy squad. It has been so difficult for this blue side to find anything whatsoever.
And this one, unlike the last game, Funky Boys have put up 7 shots, and it's been Rocket Scientists having to answer with now their 7th save after you just saw Tuv grab that last one. They're denying every single thing that goes towards the net. And Funky Boys still looking for the answer. If they want, it's going to be in the hands of Mercy. He has styled on this squad a few times, and he's going to do it from the midfield line. Pop it up to himself, hit that little air dribble, get that last doink touch over the final defender, and a lot of power to send that one to the upper 90.
The defense is strong. However, every defense breaks eventually. When you have 9 shots put on target, your defense is going to break. There we see a 10th and the 2nd goal from Funky Boys. A 20% goal rate is very good. Don't get me wrong, but you got to find a way to shut down those shots because eventually they're going to go in.
3-2 is our scoreline, and now it's Funky Boys making an attempt at a comeback themselves. Rocket Scientists unable to do it in our game prior. Maybe it's going to be Funky Boys accomplishing this one to close out the victory here in our first game on stream. Iceborg not able to connect, jumping on his Mercy, and he was almost going to go for another clip. That one denied on the backboard. This one falling to Whale. He dribbles around 150 Spooks. This ball's back into the midfield. Graham tries to make the read. He was up way before that ball came up off the wall. Mercy attempting to play it around Whale. It's a race to the ball. Gamma will beat out Iceborg to it. Now Whale collecting the corner, gonna doink it. Just try to regain, solve some time for Tuv, but that's a double commit, and that means this play is gonna fall apart as the transition clear comes out with Mercy sending it the distance. Spook's now off the backboard. Gamma can't get there. Iceborg can, but it's off the post, and he makes it more awkward for Mercy, but the double tap comes off the crossbar, and they tie up the game.
This was not what I was expecting. If you would have told me about a minute and a half ago that this would be a 3-3 game, I would not have believed you. Because with how well this Rocket Scientist side has been playing, I just could not see them getting scored on. But now look where we're at. We are all tied up. 30 seconds to go, excuse me. Tied up at 3. And Funky Boys are in favor. The momentum is in their favor. And there we see it. Tov! He finds the open net. And just like that, the momentum has been floored. Rocket Scientists regained the lead with just 11 seconds left, and there was no one back for the Funky Boys.
Really great vision there by Gamma. Connecting on Tuv across field from their own half, finding the through ball between those two defenders. They might put this game on ice here. Iceborg, speaking of ice, can't get the clear. Tuv will get the goal, and we will be headed to a game 3. Iceborg had to find that clear for any hope of tying that game late, but not able to make the correct read, and Tuv slots in his second for an 800-point game 2.
That is a pretty good 5 minutes of Rocket League here. And now, just going to try to keep the ball up, but it will touch the ground. And we are going into game number 3. Game 2 MVP by far Tuv. 822 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, 3 saves, and 4 shots. That is an incredible game from Tuv.
And either one of these teams playing at a shot at our winners final. If they do so, they now know their opponent. It's going to be Wee Woo in our winners final. But they still got to get through each other first. Our final game in this set, our third game of this best of 3. And the players aren't waiting whatsoever. Skipping the intermission, immediately joining the pitch, and we'll get underway here, Star. The winner of this game books their ticket to winners finals.
That they do. This is it. This is do or die for the upper bracket. And here we see early aggression from this orange side, keeping it on the blue half of the pitch for now, but Mercy going to look to carry it over the halfway point. Ball going to be redirected out of danger, and Whale, great 50, and there's Tuv going to follow. Trying to pinch it off the wall. There is the shot. Perfect position, but Gamma is there. I was going to say, Whale, perfect position, but the angle's not there. That might have been the play.
Weren't able to connect on the initial pass, and I think Whale knew that. He saw the defenders jumping him. He was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to put the shot in, but I know I have a third man right behind me, so let me fake the shot, go for the pass, make the defenders expend boost, take them out of position, and there's no but open up the net for my teammate. Good selfless heads-up play there by Whale to give his team the lead early in this one. They're starting out game 3 off on the right foot. But how long is it for? Mercy trying one with the flick. That one turned aside by Tuv. Gamma goes back across the pitch. Going to reverse this. Now Tuv won't be able to get control in the corner. Does get the full boost, though. Iceborg looking for Spooks. Spooks to the net, but... oh, the redirect almost comes through. Iceborg now trying far post. And I thought that play was going to fall apart, but the redirect by Mercy does everything to open up the net for Iceborg.
Mercy almost had it, but Iceborg was the one. Mercy, I don't know how we got that assist, actually. That was Spooks who did that booming shot. Sometimes it just works like that, I guess. I don't know. But here we go. Tied up at 1. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Ball just kind of wiggling around over in that side, wiggling all up and down the field on the vertical axis, by the way. Spooks with the demo. Gamma just causing a bit of trouble. Doesn't do that much, but maybe just gets into the mind of Gamma a little bit. Play a bit of mental games. Tuv takes it from his teammate. Mercy is there to receive. Whale, that's a great shot. Doesn't quite have the power, though, and it's going to be cleared back to the orange side of the field. Over the net, Tuv follows. Mercy just waits to receive, sends it back to the center. Iceborg is there. A little bit of a miscommunication. Not the end of the world, though. Sends it back to the corner. Gamma follows. Spooks booms it away back into the other corner. And Whale trying to clear, but look at this. Mercy tries to find the tap. He does, but it's a little bit too hard, and it's off the post. Tuv, though, shows him how it's done. Rocket Scientists take the lead, and we got a 2-1 game on our hands. What a beautiful double tap.
Yeah, Tuv hits the same shot Mercy was going for, just a little bit more complicated as he passed it to himself, able to find the double tap off the backboard, and Rocket Scientists now pushing the pressure on Funky Boys, who weren't able. They did force a late game in our previous game, but did fall short, and this one could make it all the more difficult. It's War falling down, and nobody was there to capitalize. Mercy instead gonna go for the dribble clear. Massive flick over Tuv. Where's the follow-up? It's actually too strong for Spooks to follow, so he leaves it for Iceborg, but the amount of time that elapsed allowed the defense to get back in net. Mercy over the top of one. Iceborg trying to get to that ball, but no boost in the tank. Now trying to get in the middle any way they can. But Gamma will be there to get in the way. Gamma to Tuv. Tuv backflip to Gamma. Gamma doesn't want it low. Leaves it for Mercy, and now they'll regroup on defense.
2 minutes to go. And it is Rocket Scientists still staying strong. Mercy takes it down, though. And there we see Mercy faking it out once. Whale going up in the air, trying to shut that down. But, oh! Double demo by Tuv! And that's going to cause some problems for Funky Boys. It's Whale. Once again, we see it. We see it once again. Somehow Tuv finds the double demo as well as the pass. Same time, same motion. And Whale is in the perfect spot once again.
3, 2, 1. No, it's more than a 1 goal differential. It's more than 2. It's now 3 as a kickoff goal goes in for Rocket Scientists. Just a monster win by Tuv. And Gamma's there on the hard cheat to catch up and put it in off the bounce. This is looking all the more dire for Funky Boys as time keeps on ticking. They only have a minute and a half to find 3, a goal every 30 seconds. And Mercy almost with the pre-flip flick to put in the second, but it won't find daylight and they'll remain 3 goals down.
That was something that they needed right there, but they just can't find it. Funky Boys in an awkward spot. They managed to clear that ball away. Mercy trying to flick it over one, but Gamma reads it to perfection. And there's Spooks taking it slow. Tuv shutting that down. Iceborg remaining on it, but no, Spooks. He was in the perfect position, but he wasn't there. Another perfect opportunity. This time it is not shut down, but it is just completely missed. And that is just mistakes you cannot be making here. We're getting into crunch time. We're getting into the last 30 seconds. You're down by 3. This game is not over, but now it is dwindling. It is dwindling, and now it's out.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate, to say the least, for Funky Boys. I mean, that one's just unlucky. The bump into the perfect arc to place that ball on the top shelf of your own net. 4 goals down with 32 seconds on the clock. It's not impossible, but it's definitely improbable. That's a good way to start, though. Mercy a goal off the kickoff, but they're going to need to repeat that 3 more times if they hope to win this game. At least puts them on the right track, but I can't say I'm entirely hopeful.
Yeah, I don't know. 26 seconds for 3 goals. All Rocket Scientist has to do is just kind of delay, and there we see a demo from Tuv. Shot is on target, but Whale is there to shut that down. Clock is ticking. I think it's safe to say that this series will be going to the Rocket Scientists. Iceborg looking to find one for the road, but it's just not quite there. Game 3, as well as the series, will be going to the Rocket Scientists, and they will advance to the winners finals.
Bucky Boys played really well, but at the same time, it was just miscommunications that brought them down to the ground. Just defensive mistakes where two players were covering the same area. They weren't necessarily watching the same side of the net, jumping at the same ball. And offensively, players going for the more elaborate play, the more fancier play, when the simpler one could have worked. I'm thinking back to that tail end there around the 40-second mark when they were trying to put a goal in, and the ball came off of the backboard straight down, and Mercy went for the double tap. But if he had just let the ball alone, Iceborg's there to bury it. But because he went for the double tap, missed it high, just became a more complicated read for Iceborg that they couldn't make, and they will drop down to the lowers. We'll see Rocket Scientists, though, moving on to our next game on stream in the winners final. Anything else you want to break down about that game, Star?
You broke down pretty much everything I had to say about it, just overcomplicating things that didn't need to be overcomplicated. And that is one of the single biggest things that will shut down a Rocket League team's momentum and will just lose them a lot of games. There are some times where you need to be a little bit complicated, you need to get a little fancy, but you have to know when. You can't just throw it around, because there was a couple of instances where that got them bit, as the one that you were referencing, and there was also one that was like right after that, like 10 or so seconds, where they tried to get fancy, try to go for a double tap, try to go for like a flip reset, but it just wasn't there, and it was hit away. So I don't know. An unfortunate end, but they still have the lower bracket to look forward to. But we will see how we go. When we return, it will be Rocket Scientists versus Weewu in the winners final. So stay tuned.
Real briefly, though, before we cut to breaks. Or jumping back in real briefly, just want to give a quick shout out. I know, a little bit awkward, but hey, want to give a massive thanks to Titl 1 for sponsoring tonight's event. They're a Rocket League team and tournament host organization. You guys can check them out by putting !T1 in the chat. I'll pop up their Discord link. Go ahead and join that and keep up with everything they have going on over there. It's a whole lot, and you aren't going to miss any of that, just like you're not going to miss the rest of this tourney. Now we'll officially cut the break and be right back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Frost Esports Title 1 Blizzard Weekly Rocket League Tournament. I'm still Stark Hero. That is still Quanzek. We just got done with a banger series, and we are right on our way to a next one. It's going to be Weewoo versus Rocket Scientists in the winner's final. Quanzek, how are we feeling about this upcoming matchup?
This one should be one for the tournament for sure. One for the ages. I mean, both these teams coming out pretty much unscathed from their side of the bracket. Weewoo undefeated thus far, and Rocket Scientists only dropping that first game to Funky Boys. So we'll see clash of two Titans here, but one of them's going to have to go down to the lower bracket. They're both joining the pitch now. Oh man, I'm excited to get this underway. Do you have a prediction, maybe here, Star, for who you're going to give the crown to?
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Weewoo simply because they are undefeated, as they 2-0'd EV Solar as well as Bob the Builder Esports. So they're undefeated, and they are going to be looking to keep that up. But early on, it's going to be Rocket Scientists 1-0 lead, and they are looking to end that undefeated tournament.
Yeah, good little chip touch there by Gamma. Just super awkward for Weewoo as there's a player on retreat with the ball behind them. Adjusting from there is impossible because the second you stop to hit a flip backwards, it's just an easy read for the defender to cut around you. And if whichever way you turn, it's just so telegraphed to the other team to capitalize on. So Weewoo dropping down early, but the benefit of going down early is you have plenty of time to come back. Gamma chipping it to himself, but capitalizing there is Soccer Sean. They were there in an instant, but not able to find that near side post to slot that ball in. The clock will continue to tick down, and that's just an open net for Gamma to shoot at. Gamma gets credit for the goal, but this is all set up by Whale and his amazing challenge.
That was a perfect angle right there. Taps it down and just presents that ball on a silver platter for Gamma. 2-0 lead early for the Rocket Scientists. Only 48 seconds in, so we were going to be starting this winner's final off on the back foot.
Over on the sidewall, going to try to get to the backboard, but Soccer Sean will intercept. Now Jacob trying the sidewall. Whale going to play it around him and dunk the following encounter. That one will eventually make its way out to the side while Jacob going to dish it further, chase down the ball. Zero Boost plays it over the top of one. Whale now back into that same sidewall, gets bumped on his way out though, and Soccer Sean can come in and capitalize. Gamma, good clear though on an awkward touch, and Tuv will look to find Whale now on the transition. That one will get intercepted, but not before Gamma to take a shot. Jacob safely into his corner though. And after that back and forth, we now have Weewoo going back the other way. Jacob upper 90, and I wish I could have thrown it to you, Star, but that was back and forth action before our last goal.
I wouldn't have anything to say. I'm speechless over that flick. I do not know how you can place that so perfectly. I don't think you could place that better if it was a robot doing it. That was absolutely perfect down to the pixel.
Oh man, great flick. Cutting the lead in half. Jacob showing his stuff here on the pitch. Just a quick little side note, an anecdote for our audience watching. Half this lobby are collegiate players. So half of them have the CRL title, which means they made it into league play out of the qualifiers. So props to them. Tuv rocking the elite title, actually. I don't recognize the college they're from, but maybe I should know that as they participated in Worlds. If anybody knows, feel free to drop it in chat. But this game's going to come to a brief little standstill as either team fighting for the midfield control. That shot won't be able to be capitalized on. Jacob with Soccer Sean briefly towards the net, but nothing really threatening there, and Rocket Scientists will deal with it.
Tuv looking to cause some problems for Weewoo now. Jacob will find the clear. Jacob follows his ball down, looking to cause some problems once again and just looking to set up a play. Jacob forces a 50. It goes exactly how he wants it to. Soccer Sean playing that midfield. There we see Spart with a perfect setup, but Shocker Sean does not have the boost. Jacob does, though, but Gamma able to read it. Tov takes it slow, flicks it past to Soccer Sean on that back foot. Keeps that ball in play. Jacob forces a 50, goes up the wall. Whale clears it away. Tov in the corner trying to tap it up. It's Soccer Sean, gets credited for a save. And Jacob trying to clear, but Tov, open net, but Spart somehow gets there and keeps this game within arm's reach. There we see another on-goal shot, but it's Gamma saved once again. 90 seconds to go. Once again, booming shot. Jacob trying to smash it in, but the defense holding up strong. And this game is still in their favor.
Rattling shot after shot. They now have 10 on the board, but gonna have to be tested defensively first before they can try again on offense. Jacob to Spart over the top of one. Shocker Sean gonna follow up. That's really just a grounder towards the net and safely turned aside. I did look it up. Tov was playing for UNLV in the Worlds. I should have known that, but I didn't. Apologies, Tov. Jacob now will get cut off by Gamma before that play comes to fruition, and just toying with the ball is Wee Woo. It's in the orange half, but they can't do much with it. Maybe looking for Jacob here. He puts it towards the net, but not on target, and that demo opens up so much space. Can Tuff get around the ball? He can't. Gonna shoot it wide. It's gonna sail high and back into the opposite corner. 20 seconds remaining. Still a goal down. Wee Woo need to find this one, and soon.
That they do. 15 seconds. It is looking dire. They got to get it going right now. It's opened up for Rocket Scientists, but Jacob makes that save. Soccer Sean has the shot. It's off! And now they've got to keep it up. The clock is ticking down. It is done. Game 1 will go to Rocket Science. Right, Scientists. Excuse me.
Oh, man. Rocket Scientists played the game of get ahead early and then hold on tight for dear life. Yeah, they had 7 shots on the board, but they also had 7 saves. And they got outshot 12-7. Not the widest margin there. But it was Wee Woo putting on the massive pressure in that game. Holding on strong was Rocket Scientists, and they start out well here in our best of 5 for the winners finals. Rocket Scientists continuing their streak from the previous series, now winning 3 games in a row across the both of them collectively. Let's see if they could keep it going to force a reverse sweep from Wee Woo.
That we will see. Let's also not forget, with that win from Rocket Scientists, Wee Woo's undefeated streak of this tournament is over. But now, that might just give him a little bit more to fight for. Here we go. Ball has been stuck at midfield so far, the first 20 seconds of this game. Gamma gonna wait for the ball to come to him. Gets in front of Soccer Sean's shot, and it doesn't quite go where he needs to go. Cleared away, back to the orange half of the field. Soccer Sean looking to set up a play. There's Jacob coming flying in. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a car. Wee Woo take the lead. 40 seconds in, look at that. Beautiful.
Speed just unrivaled there. Jacob gets up so quickly and makes the other team look like they're standing still. Very reminiscent of a 4-legged creature that is very slow in forests around the world. Maybe the word sloth came out of Jacob's lips as he slotted in that goal, doing well for his team.
Now, a little bit under 4 minutes to go. Look at this. Whale bounces it. Spartan makes that save. Now Tub looking to do something, but no, it'll be cleared back over to the other side. And Wee Woo keep their lead for now.
This one in the middle. Just a 50 that sits still at center field. Tub now trying the sideball, but Jacob good read, uses all his boost to get there and has the mid boost spawn underneath him. That's a good little 1-2 touch there. Spart and Stalker Sean. Really telegraph pass here from Gamma. Really just gives up possessions. Just a quick little 1-2 to put into the open orange net.
2-0 lead right here. A little bit under 3:30 on the clock. Rocket Scientists, 0 goals so far. And all 3 of their players have been held under 100 points. So not much possession for this orange side yet. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes
I don't
that's all
know
you
what.
can-
I guess. I mean, another giveaway there by Rocket Scientists, just throwing the ball into the other half, and Weeboo's done really well to capitalize, but lots of help there by Gamma to put that ball in, and they will fall down 3-0, but still 3 minutes on the clock. They do get a save here to keep a fourth one out, but still it's dangerous. Tuv puts his body in front of the way as a fourth almost makes way in front of the net, but Gamma gets faked, and Swale has to bail him out from Spartan's nose. Tuv now looking to the midfield to put one on the board for his squad, but they still don't look like they can get this ball. Okay, they're going to make me shut up. I was going to say they can't get the ball in the middle, but they do just that, and it turns into a goal.
And that was also a beautiful touch, and B, perfect positioning for Whale. He knew exactly where it was going, and once again, what's the connection we see? Tuv on the pass, Whale on the play, and now Whale looking to do it once again. It's Tuv with the shot this time, but Sport gets up there, and he got there in the nick of time to keep Rocket's score at 1. And that was really close. I thought we were about to see Rocket Scientists with their second goal on the game here. Now, Soccer Sean looking for the tap. It's off the board. It waterfalls down, and it's hit away. Back off to the corner. Spart looking to reset it back up. Jacob in position for it. But the shot is not quite on target. Whale trying to clear it. There's the clear they need. There's a shot, but it's shut down once again. Jacob awaiting the play. He's going to tap it off to the right, and it's out of danger for now.
Rocket Scientists were operating so long there on 0 boost. They were able to hold on, and look at them capitalizing, turning to an extra goal on the way over. Look at how quick this goal went in. They're in their half, one pass to the midfield. Gamma places it perfectly, and they cut the lead to 1. We have a game on our hands here, Star.
That we do, with still a lot of time left to go. 1:40 on the clock, only down by 1. This is a game right here. Tuv looking to cause something that's going to waterfall down. Whale is there for it, but Jacob makes a great play. Now, it is Weewoo back in control. Ball is on the orange side. Booming shot. Not sure what it hit, but it's going the other way. Not for long, though. No, miscommunication. That was a very dangerous spot. Luckily, there was no one in position for the blue side, because that could have been brutal. That could have ended the game, but that might have. Weewoo 4-2 now off the goal from Spart.
Trying to give themselves a little bit of insurance here, a little bit of cushion, and Rocket Scientists have looked so discombobulated here on defense for a while now. It's almost just a matter of time, and it does eventually find its way into the back of their net as they were scrambling around, flopping around like fish in front. It's going to be Weewoo looking to bring this series to even, and oh, not able to connect as Gamma. That means they're not going to be able to leave their half, as Spart's just almost toying with this ball. It does eventually dump into the opposite corner. Gamma attempting to break it past the midfield line. He does just that, and now Tuv will try the corner, jumping for it, but Soccer Sean waiting patiently. Gonna wait for the ball to get to him, and baits in the attackers as he's on 0 boost, just opting for a 50. And the longer this clock ticks down here, Star, the less like it looks like Rocket Scientists are going to be able to take a comeback. And with that clear by Jacob, that might just seal the deal.
That it might. Yet another clear by Soccer Sean. 7 seconds to go. Down by 2. Spart with firm control of this ball. Gamma gonna shut that down, but it will not matter. Ball will be spiked into the ground. Weewoo will take game 2 in 4-2 fashion, and we will be going into game 3, and the series is all tied up. We're back to an even slate. So now we got a couple of games under our belts. We kind of know what the other team is thinking. What are you seeing from these teams that they can change? Are you seeing anything that one of these teams is taking advantage of too much that they need to stop, or do you think they can see something, or do you just see something that you think they can take advantage of?
I think the biggest thing for me right now for the series is just the defense for rocket scientists. Not only on their goal line regarding the double commits and boost management, but also when they're looking for clears. There were 2 times there, which ultimately the goal differential that they lost the game with that immediately turned into goals. There were 2 times there where they went for a clear and really just gave up possession over to Weewoo, and Weewoo immediately capitalized. It gave them 2 extra goals that they maybe shouldn't have gotten otherwise, and the final scoreline was 4-2. So don't give those up, and you're sitting down dead even. And yeah, I can sit up here on my high horse and talk all night long about could have done this, could have done that. But you know, Rocket League is a game of split decisions, and I just think Rocket Scientists maybe could have made some better ones earlier in that game too. And let's see how they fare here in game 3. Looking solid so far through 45 seconds.
I gotta agree with you. The defense not quite up to par with what I would like to see. And one thing I'm noticing from the Rocket Scientists is I'm not really noticing that much physical play. I'm not noticing as many bumps as earlier. As we saw how they were in game 1 or even just the last series, they were quite physical, went for a few bumps, and it was working out pretty well. So I'm thinking if they can find those bumps, and that might make this game a little bit easier, because if you can find those bumps and those demos in meaningful places, that can just completely shut down both A, an attack, and B, a defense. So that's going to be definitely something for this Rocket Scientist side to utilize. But so far, still almost a minute and a half in, this Rocket Scientist team looking pretty solid, strong on defense, but they're having some offensive presence as well. And we were going to have to find a way to break this team down.
Either one of these teams look like they're taking their time right now. They recognize the series is 1 apiece, and they only have a best of 3 remaining now, and the pace of this game has slowed down considerably, and the tone is much more defensive. Neither one of these squads really wants to make a mistake first and let in that goal. And that was almost one off a great shot there by Whale. This one could be another opportunity. Whale on the far side, letting that ball come to them. The defense holds on strong. This double demo might be what tears it apart. Tuv won't be able to find the redirect, but sitting there is Gamma, not able to get back to the net after the demos are gonna be Weewoo. And that physicality opens up the way for their first goal. I mean, after how slow that game is being played, there's one way to open it up, and that's exploding the other team.
And that is by far my favorite way to open up a side. A well-placed demo can do wonders. And that's exactly what it did. Whale happens to find the 2-for-1. And it just completely broke the defense of Weewoo and led to a very easy goal. And there we see a boomer of a shot from Jacob, but it will get shut down. Ball kind of flying around midfield. Tuv going to try to take it up this wall. Whale, look at this. Getting aggressive again. Tuv, flip reset. It's Jacob with the save. Gamma trying to find the double tap. It's going to waterfall down, and it's Whale. Perfect position once again. This time, it is Gamma to Whale that finds the goal.
I think Gamma got called off. Gamma used his boost to get out of the way of that ball. He wasn't trying to go for the double tap. He used his boost to get back on the backboard and bail out. I think Whale called him off, said, hey, fake it. I have a better shot opportunity. This is going to work. Gamma trusts his teammate, and look at that. They're up 2-0. Communication holding strong and giving this team their second goal on the board, while Communication falling apart a little bit for Weewoo. There are 2 players on the same mid boost, but it doesn't matter. Smart able to take it back on his own. Gets the pass from Jacob. Good 50 round one, and just outweights Tov, who jumped and just didn't expect the ground shot towards net.
That is a great read, but it just had a little bit too much speed on it, and it does ultimately find its home inside that net, and it will put this blue side on the board. Jacob getting aggressive right off the bat again. Bart going up for it, bounces up and down into the possession of Whale. Whale looking to flip it over. We see a demo attempt, but it can't quite get there. Bart with possession, perfect 50 from Gamma. That will definitely put a damper in the plans of Weewoo for now. Soccer Sean looking to maintain that offensive presence, and now it's Soccer Sean bringing the demos out. Jacob with the shot. It's Gamma outstretched, making the save. Big Soccer Sean. There it is. The shot's on target, but it's Gamma. The defense is holding up, and they keep this lead 2-1 in favor of Rocket Scientists, and we're going the other way.
Gamma, 2 heroic saves back to back, his first 2 of the game. But with that being said, I mean, he only needs those 2 to be absolutely clutch for his team. Holding on to that 1-goal lead, keeping pressure on Weewoo, and setting up his squad to take this game and match point. This one into the middle. It's going to be Weewoo looking for that equalizer. To the ceiling goes Spart for the bounce down. Jacob now has to get there. Soccer Shine is there, and it's off the post. He can't get the read either, as it's too far out in front of him. And now 2-1. This ball's now falling in midfield. It's not down yet, but the fake comes out. It will hit the ground. And we were not able to equalize the game after how close those last few chances were. Oh my gosh, Star.
That was a game right there. That was a game. Rocket Scientists take it 2-1, though. We still got one more to go, and it is this Rocket Scientist side. One game away from Grand Finals. Let's not forget about that. This is the winners finals. The winner of this series will make their way into Grand Finals and find themselves with a 1-game advantage. So finding this series is huge. If you don't find it, you're not out of it yet. But that 1-game advantage is so huge.
Puts all the pressure on your opponent. They now need to score 2, and game 3s can really be the tide turning in that series. But at least another 5 minutes of Rocket League to be played. Could be 10, could be even more than that if we have an overtime. So plenty left in store, and this might be a good start. Look at the passing play, but look at the better save by Whale. That was almost a brilliant connection by this Weewoo squad to get things off to a roiling start. It just will not be able to come to fruition, as Whale had other plans. They're trying again, though. Jacob a good 50. Gamma a little bit awkward, but he does get there for the save. And Weewoo can just not bring down the floodgates. They've tried time and time again to see if anything works, but this brick wall will not be toppled on the side of Rocket Scientists.
That it won't. And Rocket Scientists, ever since we analyzed that play, they have changed their 2 big issues. The lack of physicality and their defense. Their defense is a million times better, and they're getting much more physical. And right now, I am loving what this orange side has to play. It's going to really put pressure on this Weewoo side. A little bit over a minute to go, and Rocket Scientists have been putting a lot of pressure on this side. And let's also not forget the added pressure of being on the back foot. This is series point here. Only 1 more game is needed for this Rocket Scientist team.
6 saves already on the board collectively between these 2 squads. Shocker, Sean has a savior medal only a minute and a half into the game, but still, we remain scoreless. All thanks to either one of these squads' defensive showing. This one could be a goal, though. 2 players rotating back, and Tov will be able to get there on the back check. But look at the pass, and look at the save. What the heck? These infield passes for Weewu could not be better. They are on the nose of the car each and every single time. But the defense just better for Rocket Scientists. And honestly, I think the only answer for Weewu at this point is just getting physical. Bump them, demo them, force an opening in their defense, because you haven't been able to find it through your offense being their defense. They've just been the right spot, the right time, each and every single time a shot gets rifled at the net. And yeah, Spartan not able to turn that one in either. This Weewu squad, I'm sure, has got to be frustrated at this point here, Star.
They gotta be. They put a lot of shots on. However, none of them are finding the net, but that one will. Spartan, the defense opens up, and Spart will take advantage of it. Soccer Sean will beat it down, and it's Spart. Great positioning. A little bit of physicality right there, trying to get that save, but it is Spart with just a little bit more power behind his car.
Whale trying to flick, but didn't get the most elevation. That one turns to an easy read here for Soccer Sean. Jacob gets the dunk on that one. It's going to follow Soccer Sean. He'll now look across for Jacob, and the angle was right, but the power just not there as he was coming across back from the other way of that ball. Jacob now rolling it up his own sidewall, but nobody can get there for the clear. Tough going for the double tap, and look at the pre-jump by Soccer Sean just hovering his crossbar, waiting for the shot to come to him. He knew that was the one spot Tuv could have put it to score. And Soccer Sean there to answer the call, his 4th save on the game, stepping up massively defensively for his team. With only a minute 30 to go, they're looking poised to force this game 5.
That they are. That's going to be a wide open net. It's going to be on the defense to make another incredible play. But what was I expecting? I expect the Rocket Scientist defense to deliver. That's exactly what they did. Clock is ticking, though. But now, they're on the front foot. They are on the attack. And it's time for them to put some offensive pressure on this blue squad.
I believe either me or my co-caster dropped, so I will take over as if it isn't me. This ball hitting the one sidewall. Jacob, good monster, 50. Is going to force Gamma to go up. He just gets a little doink touch on that ball to buy some time, get some boost in his team's tank. That 50 back over the midfield line. Will now looking for Tuv on the sidewall. He won't be able to get the ball. Instead, gave up both the ball and the boost, and it's going to be Rocket Scientists now looking for this goal, looking for this equalizer as the 30-second warning does pop up on their screen. Spartan dunked by Tuv. Tuv now looking for the ceiling. Gamma towards net, but that's a relatively easy save there for Sean, and he'll be responsible for this clear. He gets a tap off the sidewall, but Tuv underneath one. He's looking for a bump, but Gamma playing it patiently. Gets a good touch on that ball, but Jacob's up so soon. Now Tuv has to make the read, but they gotta go the distance with only 3 seconds. Gamma, the man leading the charge towards the backboard, gets the double tap, but it's back into the corner. And Weewu going to hold on, going to stabilize, going to force this game 5.
It does not get closer than this. By the way, mic check, mic check. Am I with you?
Yeah, yep. You're good to go.
All right. We are good to go. Game number 5, Weewu taking it in a pretty defensive game, if I'm honest with you. 1-0 right there. Let's look at these saves. 6 saves from Whale alone. That's a lot of saves. That's a very, very defensive player right there, as well as 4 saves with the other 2 players. So a 10 total saves for this Rocket Scientist side, but it still was not enough. Eventually, the defense will break, so you have to find a way onto the attack. You cannot rely on your defense as it is a safety net, but eventually, every defense has to break. You have got to find some attack, because if you don't, then you're just not going to score any points, and that's exactly what happened with Rocket Scientists in that game 4. So they're going to have to find a way to score.
They were able to do it before. done a couple times in the series, so it's not out of the question, but it is definitely the next step in their quest line for this tournament money. And this one just gonna roll the distance. Tov gets a little touch that ends up being a chip right over the top of Spart. And Spart was the third man. There was nobody else on the screen remotely close to make a play for this Weewoo squad. That'll be tough, capitalizing on a little lapse in rotation there for Weewoo, and they're doing exactly what you asked for, Star, getting that first goal and scoring, putting their tallies on the board.
That's what we like to see. Big Soccer Sean looking to clear it away. He will do it. But Gamma playing midfield, hits it back to the side. And Whale might as well just find a demo. Oh, this is dangerous. Tov can take his time here. It's all on Sean to make the play, but he can't do it. Soccer Sean in the net. There's nothing he can do. It's him versus Tov. And Tov, he just has the advantage there. Soccer Sean was on the back of the net. And he was in a bad position to begin with. And there's nobody there that can shut that down. That was basically a penalty kick.
I was worried Tov may have shot it too quick as he threw that one towards the net. It looked like Sean actually might have been able to get there. But those demos opened up the way, and Spart was going to open up the way for his team. I wish I could have talked about the last goal more, but we have a new one. This ball comes off the post. Nobody can read it, but Spart in the right position. And that's a very crucial goal to pull the momentum back towards this Weewoo squad side before the game got out of hand after those early 2 goals by Rocket Scientists.
Looking for a double tap is Whale. He finds the tap, but it just doesn't quite hit it with the meat of his car. He just kind of redirects it off to the side. It's not the touch he was looking for. Here we see Tov passing it off. A little bit of a whiff. I believe that was Whale. Or I believe that was Gamma, excuse me. Going for that touch. But it's not quite there. And now, Sean on the back foot. Gonna have to defend this double tap from Tov. But he won't be able to do it. That is a hat trick for Tov. And that is a 3-1 lead for Rocket Scientists.
Honestly, Sean's timing on that squishy save was like perfect. He came out of the net at the right time, but Tov had so much pace on that ball at the perfect angle. 58 miles an hour from a double touch with your wheels, no less, the undercarriage of your car. Tov just being better in that one specific instance, and this Rocket Scientist team looked like they won it. Their third one goes in. Will avoids the bump, gets the save, now has to be in charge of the clear, and does just that. Whale doing everything in this 3-step process to get that ball out, but still Weewoo with the burying pressure. And look at this connection from Spart to Jacob on the backboard.
Perfect redirect, catches the defense lacking, and there's just a wide open hole, and he's able to slip it right in. And we aren't even halfway through, 5 seconds to go still. And we have a game on our hands. It is 3-2, still in favor of the Rocket Scientists. But now, Weewoo, they've managed to break down the defense of the Rocket Scientists. They just need to do it one more time. Might make it 2 here. But Tov hits it off to the side. Tov finds a demo. Whale is there, but will fall off it as he sees Spart with a better position. Tov awaiting the ball. Jacob trying to find a clear, but it's a little bit too weak. Gamma, he's got to find a double tap, but Spart, once again, making that play, getting up for it, hitting it off to the side, out of danger. Now, ball at midfield. Tov. That was an interesting touch. It's over at the corner. Bart whiffs, might have been planned. Tov off the wall. Not much going on. We're just kind of going back and forth. Not too many meaningful shots coming out. But I will tell you one thing. Weewoo, they've got to get this ball out of their half because they cannot keep it here forever. They're still down by 1, and they've got to tie this game up because this is game 5. The time for messing around is over.
You're 100% correct about that one, but their brief stint out of their own half comes to a very immediate end as it gets sent right back in, and this rocket scientist team just trying to buy time right now. They're perfectly happy with dumping it and forcing Weiwu to come to them, forcing them to find that equalizer in this game 5. Spart on the sidewall, dishes it to Sean. Sean now to himself, gets a pinch on that sidewall. Jacob will be able to get a touch, but it's non-threatening. He was too far in the corner. That one's really dangerous, though. Gamma gives up the ball, and that's exactly what made them lose game 2. They're falling back into their ways that we wanted them to correct. They've done well to do so in the last game and the majority of this one. But this is gonna go in, and there's nobody in net to even contest it.
Wow. Tov. He came up on that. He did not need to. You have the lead. There's not that much time to go. Just play back. The defense of the Rocket Scientists was holding up, but then they got too aggressive and gave Weiwu a wide open net. And now, 20 seconds to go with the possibility of overtime. Rocket Scientists, like you said, they reverted back to their old ways, and they've got to keep the aggression on. Oh, no! That is terrible! Bart finds the open net. There's nobody on the back foot, and now Weiwu have secured the lead with only 7 seconds to go. I think that was just the series.
Might be, unless some sort of kickoff heroics can happen, but it looks like a 5th is gonna go in! Oh no, Rocket Scientists! I don't know if there could have been a worse collapse. Jacob with the disrespect, leaving the game early. Oh no. Your scoreline gonna end 5-3 in your winners finals in what plagued Rocket Scientists. They'll get a 4th for the road, but it doesn't matter at this point. What plagued Rocket Scientists in that game 2, what we wanted them to fix, what we wanted them to address, those double commits, those risky plays when you know you're the last man on the goal line. It happens twice, sub 7 seconds. And Weiwu from the depths come back and book their ticket to grand finals. I'm in shock. That's not how I thought that series was going to end.
Wow. That
Oh my.
that was an absolute heartbreaker for the side of the Rocket Scientists. They were playing so well. They corrected all the mistakes just to revert back in the last 45 seconds. And Weiwu, they capitalized on it. They picked up what was happening, and they capitalized on it as soon as they saw it. And what an unfortunate end. Weiwu will advance to the grand final. They will get that 1 game advantage in the grand finals. And in the losers final, which we will see in just a couple of minutes, will be Rocket Scientists versus Bob the Builder Esports. Kwanzek, what are you thinking, man?
No. I just think, I don't know, maybe this is the villain arc for Rocket Scientists. They dropped down to the lowers, losing in the game 5 with seconds on the clock after they were leading by a goal. They're now down in lowers. They're going to face off against Bob the Builder Esports. I know us as casters were really excited to talk about them and their team name. But we'll make our one and only jump down to losers finals, back up to grands. But oh man, this tournament has my heart pumping. This is exactly the kind of action you expect to see out of the Frost Esports Title 1 Blizzard Weekly. And again, want to give a huge thanks to Title 1 for sponsoring tonight's event. Title 1 is a Rocket League team and tournament host organization. You can check them out by doing !T1 in the chat. join their Discord. Go ahead and keep up with everything they got going on because, oh man, I don't know why you'd want to miss out on tournaments like this, but we'll jump to a quick break. It won't be long because we got this losers final matchup ready to go. Welcome back, everybody, to our Frost Esports Blizzard Weekly, sponsored by Title One. We are back here underway in the losers final. We have Rocket Scientist versus Bob the Builder, two esteemed careers construction workers against Rocket Scientist. Which one of them can take on the other one in this best of three? I'm of course joined again by Star here in the booth. You got a preference, one for maybe who you think's going to win, and two for a name preference between these two squads?
Oh, these two names are absolutely incredible. I mean, it's Rocket Scientist versus Bob the Builder, the show that millions of kids grew up on, as well as me. So this is going to be nice. Of course, Rocket Scientists, they were just in a banger best of 5 series versus Weewoo, who are now in the grand finals. They fell in the winners finals, so now they go down to the lower bracket finals. And the winners will punch their ticket into the grand finals, excuse me. However, Weewoo, they have secured a 1-game advantage. So that's going to make things a little bit interesting.
Yeah, they get that token to use in their back pocket. Not a full bracket reset, but an advantage nonetheless, as Four is causing commotion against Whale in the net, and he might actually work out, but Gamma racing back sends that one into his corner. They will hold on, but still pressure mounting here for Bob the Builder. Boost. Gotta take control of this ball, and that one will get 50'd off to the left side of the net. Tuv now collecting on the sideline. He will try this, going the distance. It's a team bump, and Tuv now flicking it on to net. Monk Jr. gets bumped on the backboard, and Gamma has an open net to shoot at. Look at the physicality coming through.
I am liking it. There is a lot of physicality, and that's one thing that they were lacking in a couple of games this last series. But they're starting off on the right foot. They are getting those demos in, or not those demos, but those bumps in. And they're making Bob the Builder's life a little bit tougher.
Man's got a whole mortgage to pay, and they're not helping him out one bit whatsoever. Gamma over the top of Fours, and now going to chase down this ball. Monk can immediately alleviate the pressure and send it right back the other way. Doesn't like what showed up in his mailbox. Says, please return to sender. And he'll turn around and take this shot back into the net. Monk, really good heads-up play there. Grabbing the corner boost, immediately cutting rotation to put that ball into the back of the net.
Bob the Builder, down by 1, immediately ties it back up, puts a little bit of pressure on Rocket Scientist. Rocket Scientist with the first shove. But Bob retaliates right then and there. And there we see a demo from Monk onto Whale. Just gets him out of there. Not really sure what it does in that situation, but oh well. It's maybe just a mental demo, you know. Fours makes that save, takes it up across the wall. Gamma shutting that down. Whale got to get in front of it, and he will do so. And
we had over one in net. And it was broken by Monk trying to get there for the save, but he was in a rule 1 with Tuv inside of his net. Yeah.
And they broke the rule 1. They can't fix that.
Oh, that is something that Bob the Builder cannot fix. That is in the Rocket League constitution. That is the Rocket League guidelines for the entire community. And Monk Jr. gonna fall victim to breaking it. Although they may get it back immediately. Fours just has an open net to shoot at from the midfield line and gonna make it 2 apiece.
He will. Look at that wide open net. And right there, Rocket Scientist might have just been a rotation error because there was nobody even close to being able to make that play. And Bob the Builder ties this game right back up. Monk looking to find the clear. Tuv, though, shuts that down, follows it. There's nobody there. Tuv going to go for the bump, try to get him out of the way. But once again, Fours just a little bit too smooth on the wheels. Boost happens to get a demo. Gamma looking for a pinch. slams himself into the wall. Well, look at this, had it up. It's centered. The shot's there. However, it's not on target. And now Gamma carrying it down, looking for a ground pinch. Cleared away, out of danger. And here we go. Whale looking to clear it, but it's shut down once again and back into a dangerous position. Bob the Builder with the advantage here, but not for long. Clears it back out. They're on the back foot now. But now ball is just kind of rolling out, and they're going to have to regain advantage. Or possession, excuse me.
Letting that one drop. Four is taking advantage. Good dunk there. Is anybody hit there to help him out? It'll be Whale to do just the opposite, showing up to that ball first and clearing it away. Both these teams deadlocked with nothing seeming to separate them right now. This could be it, but Gamma opts for a pass, or rather it was a shot that went wayward to the backboard. Monk flowing that one to the middle, but Tuv will be first to read it. Going for a bump onto Fours. Won't be able to find that one. Whale now going the distance, and Tuv does find a bump onto Monk, and that is the difference there. Tuv paying a little bit of demolition, countering Bob's building as he gives way for that ball to go in, giving his team the lead. Rocket Scientists have their thrusters engaged, looking to reach that escape velocity speed to exit orbit and book their ticket into the grand finals.
That they are, and there we see a bump. Very Rocket Scientist-esque. However, it doesn't quite work. And there's Monk forcing a 50 mid-air to double bounce off the wheels. Gamma looking to read him off the wall, trying to find a bump as well. There's Tuv with a shot. It's a little bit too high, and it's going to be off the crossbar. Whale looking for control, but it's going to slip out of his hands. Gamma clears it off to the side. There's Tuv. It's off the bar. Whale's a little bit too far behind, and Monk's going to get there first. Tuv looking to keep it in an awkward spot for this Bob the Builder side with the clear. Takes it down, and now this is it. Game number one, as all comes down to this. It's hit away. Tuv going to let it touch the ground. Rocket Scientists will take game one in a very close game.
Yeah, that one came down to the wire. It's just the one bump play that was ultimately the difference. The one glaring thing here on the scoreboard is going to be the shots. Rocket Scientists putting 7 on the board to Bob the Builder's counterparts. And they will be able to take down Bob the Builder Esports here in this first game. It is a best of 3, so Rocket Scientists setting themselves up well. And Bob the Builder have their work in front of them. They got to find the offense and get themselves back on track. For them, it's time to get busy. Such a lot to do. Building and fixing till it's good as new. Bob and the gang make a really good sound, working all day till the sun goes down. Can they do it? Get themselves back on top, complete the reverse sweep in this best of 3 here, Starcoin Hero.
We will see. It is a best of 3, so reverse sweeps are not the worst thing in the world. However, you got to take this one thing at a time. One thing I was seeing from this Bob the Builder side was the shifting from defense to offense. It was a little bit rough, and at some point, it's almost got them burst. Because it's a lot better to do one job well than 2 jobs not so well, and that's kind of what they were doing. So they're going to have to be careful here in this game too.
Boost not able to get possession of that ball, and going across chasing it's going to be Whale. He'll actually just leave it for Gamma. Will side flip out of the way, and Boost is there lying in the way. It's Tuv not able to connect, but this one's to the backward. It's a team bump. The net's open, but Force had to come from across the other side of the pitch. Could not make it back to that ball. And Boost, interesting decision here. Takes all the time in the world to finally challenge that ball. Would have had free possession if he had gone sooner. But there seems to be a lot of physicality out here on the pitch already. Several bumps have made their way through as Tuv almost connecting on that double flip reset. Gamma now good 50. It's going to be up to Force to clear it. And they'll do just that with Boost as the outlet. That 50, though, such a good turnaround there by Dove. But Monk, what a monster pinch. And now, thought there was going to be a little bit of pressure. But with this ball sitting in the corner, no real shooting opportunities are going to be able to develop. And we're scoreless through about 2 minutes. What the?
Yeah, we are. Whale looking to change that, but 4 is a little bit too quick on it. Makes that save. There we see Gamma looking for a ground pinch, but doesn't quite come to fruition. Boost. Bangs it off the corner, the top corner that is, and bangs it down into the ground. And here we see Whale getting a little bit aggressive, getting physical, causing some problems for Bob the Builder. Going to be cleared away by this blue side. Once again, keeping this game out of trouble. Or keeping this ball out of trouble and in a manageable position. There we see Force trying to take it up. It's Boost. Has a shot, but Gamma, he has the recognition, and he shuts that down. Halfway through, Force looking for a 50, forces it, gets an awkward touch, but it is enough to get Boost the possession he needs. Will passes it back to Tuv, and Tuv's going to follow it down. Force, great touch though, keeps it in an awkward position for this orange side. Now, Whale going up for it. Monk's going to get there first, makes that clear, and now sticks the landing onto the wall. Whale centers it up. It's Gamma, but he whiffs it. Tuv has to make the save, and he will do it. Still scoreless, and we are 3 minutes in. Monk.
Oh my gosh, Monk. Look at this play. Gets the touch and just ignores the ball. Knows it has enough power. Purely looks for the final defender. Removes them from the equation entirely. Says, Rocket Scientist, your formula is incorrect. And just leaves it for his teammate Boost to walk in and score the easiest goal of his career. Might turn into a second here. That one will sail north the crossbar, however. But Bob the Builder doing much better this game offensively, and they're in the driver's seat right now with the 1-goal lead.
They are now a 2-goal lead. Monk Jr. reads that ball perfectly, sets it up for himself, and Gamma, I just think he kind of missed there. He did not quite get what he was wanting. So now it's going to make this a little bit more difficult for the Rocket Scientists. 90 seconds to go, down by 2 here. And we are on the verge of very possibly going to Game 3.
Let's see what has to be said in this remaining minute, 10 seconds by Rocket Scientists. Can they get these astronauts home? Do not send them up if you cannot bring them back down. Four's not able to find the double touch, but he doesn't necessarily have to. His team's up 2-0. You don't need to reach and commit to a third if it means you're going to give up one going the other way, but they'll do just that. Very tricky here on the backboard. Fours makes the first save, but 2 commit and doesn't have enough power off his own backboard, so Gamma just able to capitalize on the low boost defenders.
Rocket Scientists are on the board. Still a lot of clock to work with. Monk Jr. awaiting that kickoff. Takes it down low. One man to beat, and he just styles on the entire team. Monk Jr., that was all him. Look at that.
Look at the wave dash catch. That was insane.
Absolutely unreal. That is a nice show of mechanics right there.
Monk Jr. says, okay, you guys scored. I'll take my goal right back. But Boost lays it on a silver platter right for them. He ramps off his own post and can't recover. He jumps to the ball and the power from the ball. Newton's 3 laws of physics there acting back on Boost's car. He finds himself right back on the ground after hitting that ball. Cannot get back to it. And Rocket Scientists say, hey, you know what? You just learned a little physics lesson there. Thanks for the goal. And hopefully you can keep that one in your pocket for the road ahead. 20 seconds, only 1 goal now separating these 2 teams. And Rocket Scientists trying to bring Bob the Builder down in a similar fate that they faced with Wee Woo.
We will see. but the clock is ticking. Rocket Scientists got to find one more. There's Forrest carrying it down. This will be the last chance they have. It's Gamma carrying it through. It's the pass. It's going to be off the board. The double tap is there, but it's sent off to the side. And Bob the Builder hang on for just long enough. And we're going to game 3.
They're able to take game 2. Either one of these teams playing for their tournament life. They lose this next game, they're out. They don't have a shot at the prize money. They don't have a shot at Wee Woo or the grand finals. All the marbles on the line for both of these teams. And I'm going to ask you, Starcoin Hero. It's going to be all on their plate. Do you think Bob the Builder can fix it?
I'm liking what I'm seeing from both of these sides, but it's going to be up to Bob the Builder to find this reverse sweep. And I think at the end, Rocket Scientists were kind of figuring them out, but I don't think it's all over yet. If they stay focused, they stay committed, they keep playing exactly how they need to play, then yes, they can.
Okay, thank you. I thought you didn't get the cue and I started to panic. I was like, no way. But you did drop it in there at the tail end. We'll get underway here in game 3. There's your vote of confidence from Starcoin Hero for Bob the Builder Esports. They have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to get this building built from the ground up. Let's see if they can do it. Tuv, though, has something else to say in mind as he takes a good 50, but he has no help, so he'll just go back and collect the ball himself and then try a second pass from the other side wall. And that shot will get turned aside by Force. That's why he has no help. There's a Rule 1 with Monk Jr. and Whale Credible in the corner. And if you do recall from the first game, Monk Jr. is the one that broke it.
For the moment, we are playing 2 versus 2s. Monk and Whale stuck in a Rule 1. This is the immovable force versus the irresistible force versus the immovable object right here in this Rule 1. But now, back to the game. Force looking to set it up. Tries to find the read, but can't quite get there. And now Boost booming it back over. It's cleared off to the corner. Gamma there to receive. A little bump. Shut down. Force looking for a straight shot, but he doesn't let it happen. Tuv on the back foot, playing defense. That is huge right there. Perfect demo play.
Yeah, that's why tournaments most of the time are 3v3, ladies and gentlemen. Because if it's 2s, you'd have that all game long. 1 man leading the charge in a 2v1. They eliminate, take off the last defender from the field. It's just an open net for their teammate to shoot at. So the lead goes over to Rocket Scientists. They're looking very poised to get their rematch against Wee Woo and Gamma. Just going to show Monk Jr. a piece of his mind. Here's Whale to the backboard. Tuv following it up. Also to the backboard. The 1, 2, 3 between all 3 teammates gets shut down by Force. But he baited out his teammate. Force got a piece of it. And Monk Jr. wasn't expecting him to, so he jumps as well, and the net's wide open for Whale.
Just like that, Bob the Builder on the back foot once again. 2-0 lead for Rocket Scientists. They're starting off nice and hot. First goal came off of a 2v2. It was from Tuv, and there's Whale finding an opening. And now Bob the Builder. They're going to have to find a way to tighten up on defense as well as get themselves going offensively. There's a save from Force. Gamma's on the shot, though. Monk flying around kind of like an astronaut. Gamma looking for the double tap. He's going to find it, but it's saved away. Boost gets up there, makes that play, keeps this game at a 2-0 scoreline, and keeps it within reach.
Force now has the ball, has a lot of space, but just has no boost and has to opt to a very measly flick there. Gamma going back across the opposite direction. Force now grabbing the full boost, but Gamma will beat him to that ball. That one went the distance. Monk Jr. chipping it forward. Tuv will get there first, looking for Whale. Whale back to Tuv, but he hasn't landed yet. Boost will then take over. Gamma, double tap off the corner, turns actually into a pinch, but Tov not able to force it in, and Whale will now finally commit. Now that Gamma's rotating out, but that rotation came too slow. It enabled that clear to manifest itself. Four is not able to find the touch. Monk Jr. will backflip into it. A little bit funky there. And that's a shot that goes wide, and Monk Jr. will capitalize. Those two shots were the first shots Bob Builder has put on the board all game long, but they won't miss out when the opportunity comes.
They put themselves on the board. A little bit of a double commit from Rocket Scientists. And this blue side, they're able to get themselves on the board. But one thing I've really noticed from this Rocket Scientist team is that they're starting to play physical. And when they start to play physical, they're a very hard team to stop. But Bob the Builder, they're going to have to find a way to stop it, because if they don't, then this will end their tournament. There's still a minute left. There's still some time, but that's going to make it a little bit harder. It's Tov off of the very close angle. Gamma, perfect setup. And look at that positioning.
Bob the Builder trying desperately to hold on. Their defense is trying. 9 saves on the board on Rocket Scientists, 13 shots, but they just don't have the offense to go toe-to-toe. They've met him defensively as often as they can, but going back the other way, it's just been less fortunate. As Forrest flicked that one individually, despite having both Boost and Monk Jr. in support in tow to help him out with that effort. Monk Jr. saying this one down the distance. Boost might be able to redirect it, but it's too fast. He won't be able to catch up to it. Forrest now getting this ball, and they got one. They're capitalizing on the very few opportunities that they've seen here, Star.
That they are. If they can force one more opportunity, just one more, then we might have a shot at overtime. The clock not in their favor, but you can definitely get some work done in 30 seconds. And there we see the reminder. Force the redirect. Oh no, that was huge. That could have been overtime right there, but he just doesn't quite have it. Whale carries it down. It's on target, but it's saved away by Force. And now Tov just playing that third man, playing it patient, just bleeding out time. 10 seconds left. Here we go. This is it. This is to go to the grand finals. It's Boost. Finds a demo, but he gets demoed as well. The clock has reached 0, and it's in control of the orange side. They can't get under it. Bob the Builder will fall. And just like that, the Rocket Scientists are right back in the grand finals.
Somebody needs to help that man up. It's quite the tumble. Bob the Builder falling short, not able to win in the losers final. So we'll see a rematch. Rocket Scientist versus Wee Woo for our second time on stream. Reminder, Wee Woo does have that game advantage, but Bob the Builder, valiant effort. You get a podium finish, finishing 3rd place. But I think the lesson learned today is it's better to do one job well than 2 jobs not so well.
You are absolutely right about that, Kwanzaa. But all jokes aside, Bob the Builder, a great attempt right there. However, just the offense was not enough. They couldn't quite keep up with the Rocket Scientists. And the Rocket Scientists punch their ticket right back into the grand finals for a rematch of the winners finals, which, need I remind you, was about 20 seconds away from going to the Rocket Scientist. And only reason why they stopped was because they let off the gas. They were playing perfect. They fixed everything they had to fix just to revert back to their old ways. In the last 20 seconds, that led to 2 goals back-to-back for Wee Woo in an absolute heartbreaker. But now, here we are, grand finals. Rocket Scientists know what works. Wee Woo knows what they have to do. They have the 1 game advantage. it's going to be all up to these next 6 games. But we will be throwing it to break real soon. But before we do that, we would like to give one more big thanks to Titl 1 for sponsoring tonight's event. Once again, Titl 1 is a Rocket League team and tournament hosting organization, excuse me. You can check them out by doing !T1 in the chat. Make sure to join their Discord. You can keep up with everything they got going on there. They got a lot of stuff going on, and it's definitely worth keeping your eye on. But for now, that's all we have. We'll be back in a few minutes. Kwanzek, you got anything to say?
I don't believe so. Bob the Builder, I'm sorry you have to keep your day job. Esports, maybe not in your future yet, but keep at it. I'm sure you'll get there one day. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the Title 1 Blizzard Rocket League tournament. We have Weewoo versus Rocket Scientist. I'm still Starco and Hero. That is still Quanzek. Quanzek, we're in for a banger.
I'm expecting a best of 7, at least 2 overtimes. I mean, actually, have we had a single overtime on stream today? I don't think we have. No, we haven't.
I do not think so. So I'm definitely hoping for some overtimes. I'm hoping that this series goes the distance because that winners finals matchup was absolutely incredible. So the more of that, the better.
Yeah, and I mean, we have the same 2 teams, so I think that's exactly what we should be expecting right now. Reminder to everybody, Weewoo hasn't dropped a game yet. They did not go into the loser's side, and so, I guess, correction, they have dropped games, they haven't dropped series. They've only dropped 2 games on the night for what it counts. But they are going to be coming into this grand finals match with a game up on Rocket Scientist. So we will be going in as if this were game 2, with Weewoo taking the first one in this rematch against Rocket Scientist. And as you mentioned earlier, Star, if the first series was any indicator of what we should be expecting to see, I am nothing but excited.
I am incredibly excited. I'm on the edge of my seats. I am expecting this series to go the distance. And here we are. Grand Finals, Weewoo versus Rocket Scientist in a best of 7 series. And Weewoo with a 1-game advantage. Kickoff is underway. Ball spinning a lot of time in the blue side of the field. Whale shutting that down. A huge team bump. That could have been catastrophic. However, Whale is able to keep them at bay for just long enough. There we see Spart with a bump. Soccer Sean trying to get a redirect, but it's not there. Tough flicks it over one. No one's there for the double tap, and it will be cleared back around. Gamma getting a bit fancy, but Jakob going to shut that down before it even gets started. And now Jakob forcing a 50. Spart going up for it. There's the shot. There's the save, and there is the clear.
Of in the Dominus, I don't believe we saw that the first series. We'll see maybe how that plays out. Going for potentially some more ground play, utilizing the Dominus's superior flicks, or maybe he's just trying to make a bigger effort defensively. That longer car body helps out with reaching those saves, but not reaching the save is gonna be Weewoo. Jakob, as production corrected us, a little bit too far out here, cheats up, and the rotation from Spart from the corner doesn't make its way to the front of the net. Rocket Scientists gonna open up scoring here in our grand final.
And Weewoo will be on the back foot. I'm seeing a lot of aggression from the Weewoo side, a couple of bumps and a few demos as well. And Rocket Scientists, they play really well in the aggression game and in the physical game. So this might be their element. As here we see Spart looking to set something up. Soccer Sean is there to receive, but the angle's just not in his favor. Gamma flicks it down. Spart looking to center it up. Gamma, though, trying his best to set his team up for a shot, but the ball does not quite go where he needs it to go. Tuv going to take it down. Soccer Sean forces a 50. But that might have just helped out Tuv a little bit more than it helped out his own team.
Will to the backboard. Forces a clear out of Jakob, who does all the work to get it out to the midfield line, but to no avail. This pressure from Rocket Scientists continues to creep on in. They will eventually cross into the other half, as Tuv actually almost able to sneak that one in. Just shy of the crossbar, but fourth man doing a little bit of help here for Weewoo. Spart throwing it forward, trying to buy time for his team, who have been stuck in their half for about 45 seconds now. That pass, Whale called off in favor of Gamma. Gamma grabs the full boost, keeping this team starved. He will then try the backboard, but the bumps coming out are going to enable Jakob to finally find a clear, and he has Spart. And despite all of that pressure, I thought that was going in. It will be saved last second, But that just shows you the lethality of this Weewoo team. They can score from anywhere without any sort of precedent that's coming. As Tough able to turn that one out last second.
That was a very, very dangerous spot. They got to be careful with that. Whale. Oh! Somebody call them an ambulance. Wee woo. Whale double taps it on in once again. The Tov and Whale connection finds the board for like the what, 6th time this stream?
Something like that. They've connected all series long. I thought you were going the meme route with that one. Somebody called them an ambulance, but not for me. But you flipped it up with the wee woo, and you have my props. That was pretty solid, albeit I'm sure the listeners, you know, there's a group of people that love those sorts of things. I am one of them, and there's a group of people that would just like us to talk about the game. But we try to have fun around here. Let us have our fun. It's gonna be rocket scientists having their own fun, as they are up 2-0 on only 3 shots. And I think this is the similar playstyle to what happened last time around. We will finally break down the wall. But this seems to be the sort of pattern that these two teams fell into. This is what it looked like in Winners Finals. Rocket Scientists playing really defensively and only capitalizing on the few and seldom shots that they had.
I think you might be right. As right there, we see the brick wall of Rocket Science defense eventually break down. However, they gotta stay on it. They cannot have what happened in that game 5 of the Winners Finals happen again, because that was an absolute heartbreaker. They had the lead, they had the game almost secured, and then it all fell apart. Ever see Sean setting it up for his team, and it's Jakob just finding the opening. It's off the bump from Spart, or the demo from Spart, excuse me. Soccer Sean, perfect setup, follows it all the way down, and we are tied up.
Yeah, that demo being the key part of that play there, removing the third man in Tov. Whale and Gamma rushed back to try to fill in with the rotation, but they were just too far away to get back in time. That shows you what that physicality can do. It makes it all the more pressing. As reliant of a position game that Rocket League is, if you disrupt that in any way, shape, or form, things heavily tilt in your favor for those brief seconds. It's ruined. And Spart, oh my gosh, that was a beamer towards the top left, but it didn't go in, as it was saved at the last second. I thought they might have completed another last second comeback, but it's still actually on the table. Opting to drop it was tough. And we have our first overtime of the stream. Ask and you shall receive, apparently, here, Star.
That's what I like to see. I like asking and I like receiving. And early on, it is Spart getting aggressive, finding a shot. Whale is forced to make a save. And here, Gamma finds that clear, but Spart on that third man. Clears it back up. It's top right corner, but it's just a little bit too high and wide. It's off the corner post. Soccer Sean looking to take it slow, but Tov reads it all the way home. There's Spart with the shot. It's bounced up, still in a bad spot. Gamma's there with the clear. Tov taps it over the last one. It's gonna roll. Soccer Sean, he gets there, but Gamma's there. He gets the clear, but it's Gamma reading it to perfection. Shuts down everything Soccer Sean has to offer. And game 1 will be going to the Rocket Scientists, and this series is tied up at 1 thanks to the 1-game advantage on the Weewoo side.
Yeah, Gamma play just rolled perfectly there. There's only one spot Sean can put that ball with how quickly it's moving, and it's back into his own back right corner. What does Gamma do? He sees that. He says, okay, I'm going to cover as much of this angle as I possibly can. He jumps and just absolutely demolishes Sean with that dunk, putting in the game winner for his squad in overtime and bringing this series to even. We will get headed into game 3 now, with each of these teams being 1 apiece. Seems like we're on track for a Game 7. I know we've only played 5 minutes and some change of Rocket League, but this seems like it could go the distance.
I don't know. These two teams are so closely matched that it very well could go the distance. Because, I mean, it went the distance in the winners' final. And it very well could go the distance in the grand finals. Only difference, there's going to be one more game to win if you are the Rocket Scientist side. However, they played really well. And if they can keep it up in this game too, then they're going to really put this Weewoo side on the back foot. Because Weewoo, if I'm being 100% honest, they're looking a little bit shaky, especially right off the get-go. They were kind of coming out of the gates. They were there, but they were kind of shaky. And Rocket Scientists were able to find those goals. Okay, take the 2-0 lead. Weewoo, they were able to tie this game up, but then in overtime, it was a great play by Gamma that won them that game. So Weewoo, they're going to have to try to find a way to start this game off hot.
Yeah, I think really great analysis right there. It's typically a slow burn for this Weewoo squad, and you can see that in the stat line right now. They've been in their half for almost the entire game, and they're being outshot currently. It was 3-0. They've just made it 3-2 now that they're finally in the orange half. But I think the other recipe to, or the secret ingredient for this recipe to success for Weewoo is just physicality. Out of the 6-game sample size that we have of these two teams playing against each other, Weewoo has constantly outshot Rocket Scientists each and every single time. It's just the defense that's holding on for Rocket Scientists. So what do? You get physical, you bump, you demo, you forcibly open up the space that stops them from making miraculous saves like what Whale just did. If you're able to do that, the amount of shots that you're putting on, one of them is bound to go in. But for the time being, not a single shot has gone in on either side, and we're 2 minutes through here.
That we are, and there we see the demo. We're starting to get physical, and I am liking it. I like seeing those explosions. I just like seeing the defender get sent all the way to Narnia. One of my favorite things in Rocket League is a perfect demo play. Another thing I like, those 50s right there, just to completely shut down any aggression that this side had. Just kind of stall them out for a few seconds. And there we see a shot from Spart, kind of off a pinch there, but Whale can make that save. Gamma trying to take it in the corner. Awkward touch, going to be sent back to the other side. There's Spart passing it to Jakob. Jakob going to go up for it. No, it's Soccer Sean going up for it. But he just doesn't quite have what it takes right there. Might have been a weird angle. Might not have had enough boost. But now, 3 minutes in, still scoreless. The Rocket Scientist side's defense has held up to perfection right here. Even after 7 shots from this Weewoo side. Here we see Soccer Sean on defense. Tub trying to find the tap. He does. Spark, though, makes the save. Now it's Gamma taking it slow. 50s it off to the side. Spart, he misjudges the ball, and Jakob's going to take it to the corner. Tub reading it perfectly. It's Gamma with the shot, and it crosses the net. That is absolutely huge.
His teammate landed in front of his shot. It was a team save. That was a wide open net, and landing in front of Gamma, I think, was Whale. And Whale completely sent that ball wide. And so we will remain scoreless. Either one of these teams going toe-to-toe. Rocket Scientists seem to have found their offense as they're out shooting Weewoo by 3. But Jakob trying to force this one in. Gamma now chasing after the ball. Spartan good 50 past 2. Whale now recovering in his half. Somehow recovers after that dribble. Gets the ball into the corner and grabs that full boost. Spartan immediately in charge of shutting down that play, though. Soccer Sean looking to jam this one past Whale. Won't be able to play it by. And Jakob's going to watch his teammate sail over him. Doesn't want to commit, expend too much boost to that play that was doomed to fail for the most part. Tov Lofting one towards net, turned aside by Jakob. Jakob, good 50, but Soccer Sean's just a little bit too far away. Spartans bumped into that one, a little bit of extra power. Tough to the backboard. Soccer Sean has to make a good defensive play. That's a good pass, and the last second diving save there by Spart keeps this game 0-0. We might have our second overtime in a row.
We might just have it. 5 seconds to go. Clock is ticking. Ball is stuck in the blue side, and it will touch the ground. And we have a 0-0 overtime on our hands. And look at the shot differential. 12 shots to 6 in favor of Rocket Scientists. But it might be Jakob making them count. It's not how many you got. It's how you make them count. Soccer Sean, perfect setup, and Jakob is right there. And Wee Woo will take the lead right back.
2-1 in the series for Wee Woo, and through our now 7 games, we've just seen our statistical anomaly. Wee Woo taking a page out of Rocket Scientist's book, playing the defensive game, racking up those saves, capitalizing when you can. They got outshot, but they won. 0-0 was the scoreline going into the once regulation ended. We were in absolute golden goal territory, and able to come out on top was Wee Woo. They will re-establish their 1-game lead. And we'll get straight into Game 4. Potential match point here for Wee Woo. Rocket Scientists, on the other hand, looking to tie this one up at 2 apiece and force a best-of-3 between these two squads.
You will see what happens. As early on, Tuv looking to carry it through. The defense will hold on. But I was liking the defensive solidarity from the Wee Woo side. Because usually they're a bit more of an offensive team. They're not really known for their overly strong defense. But in that game right there, that was a very, very strong defense. And Rocket Scientists, they just did not have an answer for it. And once again, Wee Woo, they were starting off slow, but they were able to pick up that pace, that slow burn style of this Wee Woo team. But it does pose some worries I have for them, because they can't get away with that every time, because sometimes stuff like that happens.
What the heck is this shot by Tov? First of all, Whale, monster clear that turns into a pass, obviously at midfield. Tov races up to that ball, does Spart to it, and then slots it top right from the midfield line, and they're goal! They're not going to put in a second. Soccer Sean going to deny them of that one. Would have been a massive swing in momentum, but still, that first goal was a thing of beauty. And Rocket Scientists, they're looking to make a message here in this Game 4.
That they are. And now we see Gamma fumbling around in midair, trying to gain control over this ball, and he will do it. Tub takes it off to the side. Jakob sends it back in the corner, sets up a shot for Soccer Sean. Whale is there. Hits it over one. Sparse there to shut it down, but look who it is. It's Tub right behind him with the shot. That was a pretty loose shot. Don't know why that counted. It wasn't not that close. But Rocket League doesn't lie. And Whale, he scores his shots. Whale, wide open net. All he had to do was just not hit Jacob. And at that angle, that is an impossibility.
Jakob had a teammate there on the wall, his own backboard, that I believe he was expecting to make the read. And when he didn't, quick reactions had to come out by Jakob, but all that could be mustered was that little flick there right in front of his own net, basically teeing up Rocket Scientists to bury it. They'll go up 2-0, maybe 3-0. Soccer does get to the ball first. Tov now going to try one from that right side wall. Jakob to the left one. Gamma off his own backboard, does well. Has enough boost to carry this over Jakob, but he will be able to rise to the occasion, climb the ladder, and meet that ball there. Whale to Gamma. Gamma going to opt to just let it drop. Let Will chase down his own ball, his own rebound. And this one actually going to lay out really well for Soccer Sean, but he cannot make the read. Sure, he would like to have that one back, cut this lead in half, but it's going to be Wee Woo down again, looking to make a comeback, and they haven't been able to do so yet in this series.
That was such a brutal shot from Soccer Sean. That was so simple. You just had to tap it straight on in. But these players, they're human. Sometimes mistakes just happen, and you can't dwell on them too long. You really want to, but you gotta move past it. Still 2-0. Rocket Scientist in the lead with 2 minutes left to go. And Tov trying to keep the pressure on. Spart is there to make that clear, and Soccer Sean sends it booming to the orange side. Look at this whale. Demos Jakob gets him out of the way. Spart setting it up for Soccer Sean, but Soccer Sean reads that well, falls off it, knows he cannot get there in time. Well, going to carry it up, and Jakob undercutting that perfectly. Spart clearing. Gamma will read it, trying to read it off the clear from Jakob, but it's not there. Tov, shot, it's off target. It's on the post, and that fourth man showing his face once again. Soccer Sean, there's the shot. That one he's not going to miss.
Whale had no boost. I think he was going to read a shot from Jakob. When it didn't come, it was super awkward, and then Spart misses. Baits out Tov and Whale to go diving their respective ways across the ball. And sitting as the third man after all 3 players were there is going to be Soccer Sean to put that one in, making this comeback much more realistic. Minute left to get 1 goal. That's incredibly doable. Let's see what tricks they have up their sleeve. Spart gonna try to guide this ball, but Tov will take control first. Connect with Whale. Whale back to Tov, but the shot's on the ground where Jakob is to save it. Gamma to the sidewall, looking for that redirect doink. Plays it into the corner. Jakob plays it back into him. Gamma to the middle. Spart between him and Spart. That's a tongue twister. But still looking for that ball is Wee Woo. 15 seconds, and they're in their own half here, Star, and they're going to need to go the distance.
That they are. They're still down by 1.
Spart?
They will drop this down if they cannot find the net here. It is back in the orange side. Ball booted up. It's still staying in the air. Soccer Sean keeping it up, and it's up to Spart. He's got to find it, but no. It's going to be Tov taking a shot. It doesn't quite go in, but it does touch the ground. And now, once again, Rocket take this game as well. Very close once again.
The only issue with this pattern is that Rocket are gonna have to break it at some point. Wee Woo has taken odds, Rocket has taken evens. In a best of 7, guess who wins the series? The team that takes odds, because there's only 7 games. And in case you needed me to break that down, there it is. So 2 apiece. This game 5, so crucial. Putting your opponents back against the wall. Forcing them to get not 1 game, but 2. And giving you that little bit of buffer, that little bit of breathing room. So helpful for the mentality. If you're able to sit there and be like, okay, we can play our game. We can try to win this here. If we don't, worst case, not that I want it to go here, but worst case, it's going to be a game 7. Wondering how both these teams decide to address it. I mean, they've been neck and neck so far, and if I had to give a prediction after the 3 games I've seen, I don't know if I could. I think I'm going to give it to Rocket Scientist because I think they've been heating up over time, but I could very well be wrong, and I can see all the arguments you would make for Wee Woo.
I am in agreement with you, though. But Jakob looking to shut me up. I was just about to point out that slow burning start to this Wee Woo side. But Jakob, he abandons the he abandons the slow burning and just pours a little bit of lighter fluid right on that team.
It's really expensive, considering the gasoline that would need to create a fire like that, to get it from that cold start to that warm start. I'm sure his bank account isn't happy with him. But that is such a crucial beginning here for this Weewoo squad. Whale, though, able to play past one, and Spart says, you know what? You got past me, but I'm not going to let you get past my teammate. And well, that's actually a whiff. Jakob gets bumped off from playing on the second shot, but the offense is going to stay alive after that whiff there. This ball's going to waterfall down. Jakob's first, and he beats out Gamma, slots it perfectly bottom right. And Weewoo apparently don't like our predictions here on stream. Look at that shot by Jakob.
Jakob's second goal of the game, and Rocket Scientist looking a little bit rattled. I don't think they are used to this hot start from the Weewoo side, from their opponents, because usually they're a slow burning team. They start off slow and they start firing up in the mid game. And I had some worries about that style of play earlier on. But if they can just stop doing that, start that fire off hot and get going early on in the game, then that's not going to matter. That's exactly what they're doing here, and the Rocket Scientists have been caught completely off guard. 2-0 in favor of Weewoo here. There's still a lot of time to play, though. So Weewoo's got to stay on the gas pedal.
See if they're able to do just that. We know this entire series that 2 goals isn't enough breathing room, but maybe 3 is. Gamma throwing up the okay, wow. Not 100% sure what happened. Server lag? Is that what's going on right now?
I think so, because I just saw Whale all of a sudden just go into the goal and not really do much of anything, so I think that might have been server lag, but if we see anything noticeable, we'll definitely stop that. But here we see Jakob, hat trick, 3 goals already, and we aren't even close to halfway.
Jakob deciding to put the team on his back, take control here, give his team the crucial game 5. Unfortunate that that 3rd goal does sink in for Rocket Scientists. But they do still have to get their wits about them. We do not have admin privileges, unfortunately, but they might be able to put this game more in their momentum had that ball gone in. Gamma, actually, unfortunately, pinching it back towards his own half. That demo coming out on Gamma, going to open up the backboard, and Spart trying to slot it in, but Whale does get back in time. Still awkward, though, for Rocket Scientists. This one's dangerously in front of the middle. Jakob to the backboard. Whale does get the clear, though, and Tov will help him along.
Almost halfway through, and now it is still 4-0. There's time for the Rocket Scientists, but they got to get something going. They can't just stay like this forever. That is a great way to start, though. Gamma flicks it over the last man. That is Spart. And he gets a demo for the road.
A good time to start the comeback. You got just under half the game for 3 more goals. That's definitely doable. Especially at the pace everything has been going this game. It's yeah, if you told me it's gonna happen, I would believe it in a heartbeat. But Spart trying to put on the 5th on the board for his team, regain that 4-goal lead. Gamma gonna do the best with 18 boosts here, but won't be able to 100% capitalize. Jakob, the man of the match, currently sitting at 630 points and only looking to get more. But the pass out here, that one to the backboard, Jakob can't connect. But his teammate in Spart bails him out. Still, though, pressure's on, and that shot gonna rattle off the crossbar and come back out. And that monster 50 from Spart ruins the offensive there by Rocket Scientists. They're gonna have to reset in their own half.
They will, but Gamma, he's in a position where he can possibly do something. Sakarshan is there to recognize, and he shuts it down. Tov takes his ball slow, gonna pop it over Sakarshan. Sakarshan is able to get a bumper on it, though. Gamma following the ball, but Jakob was there, makes the play. gets it into Soccer Sean's possession. Great 50 right there to just kind of waste some time. Whale, booming shot. It's up to Yakko to make this save. It's going to be off the board, and he taps it over Gamma, and that was huge. Gamma had a perfect position, but Yakko saw what was going on and shut it down before it even got started. And now, with just a minute left, there's still 3 goals to go, and we are on the verge of match point as well as tournament point.
Trying to fake out Spark, going for the long con and putting his team's second goal. That might be it, though. No, it goes off the post. Rocket Scientist cannot catch a break, and Spark gonna freestyle to put that 5th one on the board. 30 seconds left. 5th goal in the net for Wee Woo. This is the game that Rocket Scientists are just chalking off, and gonna reset here going into Game 6. Gamma already left the game. I think we're considering this the official or unofficial FF. But Tuv and Whale seem more than happy to continue playing. We'll go ahead and watch the rest of this 15 seconds, but with the knowledge we know now, we will gonna be up 3-2. What does Rocket Scientists need to do here, Star, to put themselves back in contention in Game 7?
They're definitely going to have to shut down this new and improved Wee Woo offense. Because just all of a sudden, Wee Woo was coming out of the gate swinging and swatting, and Rocket Scientists were just completely floored. It seemed like it was something they've never seen before. It was like they saw a ghost. So they're going to have to expect the unexpected and try to find a bit more offensive pressure as well. As only 1 goal, there was 4 shots from Tuv, 1 from Whale, and a couple from Gamma, I think. But it was not quite enough. And another thing, the demo game was not quite there. The 1 goal that we had in this game from the Rocket Scientist side came off a demo. So they've got to implement those demos a little bit more. I've been saying it all night, but every time they do, it has worked to perfection. And I don't see it stopping.
Oh, we're here first, folks. This is going to be... Yeah, that's the insight we all needed. As we'll get ready to get underway here for Game 6. Wee Woo wins, and they're your tournament winners. They have clinched the prize money sponsored by Titl 1. Rocket Scientists win, and we'll see yet another finale between these two teams. This time a Game 7 instead of a Game 5. And Tuv looking to set up his team. He got the pass there, but the shot by Gamma goes off the post. The follow-up by Whale denied by Yaka. Whale now catching this one up. That one denied by Spar. Everybody getting involved defensively for Wee Woo for these Whale shots. Oh, nobody getting in the way that time around. Was just about to throw it to you, but that shot came out of nowhere. I thought a clear was coming out for sure, but Spart just not the greatest touch. Really just gives a pass out to Tuv, and he wasn't going to let that one float by him.
He's going to take those every single time. You cannot give Tuv those goals on a silver platter like that, because he's going to find him every time. And there we see Gamma. He had another one right there, but it was just a little bit too hard, and it didn't quite have enough of an angle. It was off the woodwork and sent away. But now Tuv looking to follow. Gamma is there at midfield. Spark trying to clear, but he's not there for it. Whale, that ball just gets completely sent his way, and he is not fast enough, doesn't have enough boost, and he has a bad angle on it. Gamma bounces it off the wall. Spart there to receive, but Gamma makes him pay for it. Gamma getting physical. Whale looking to flick it out, but Soccer Sean follows it all the way down, passes to Jakob, and Jakob finds a shot, but it's Tuv with the save. The brick wall defense of the Rocket Scientists is making its presence known, and now it's the orange team back on the attack, but not for long. Soccer Sean trying to get it past midfield, but it doesn't get that far. Whale Sends it to the corner. Passes to Tov. Shut down once again. And this is an offense versus defense situation, as it is the repeated attacks from Weewoo. However, the Rocket Scientist defense is holding up just like it has held up for the entire night.
We're settling into our old habits. This is what we're used to seeing out of these two teams. Let's see if it's a different result, because these have almost always led to a Rocket Scientist win. I think Weewoo's playing right into their palm right now with what they want, but Weewoo's been able to upset them once or twice. Let's see what they do to capitalize here. Soccer Sean gets beat out by Gamma to that ball. Jakob, good 50, then gonna elevate to find that clear. Spart will jump, but Tuv was up way before him. Gets bumped by a teammate, actually, to send that little dump clearer. Gamma attempting to play that around one. Whale over the top of one. Jakob forced to make a save with only a pad in his take. And Spart makes the second after two players from Rocket Scientist were diving at it. That ball stays out of the net. Hope stays alive for Weewoo. But they still need to put in a goal.
That they do. The clock is running thin. They've got to get it going. There's Spart with a huge demo. Soccer Sean, if he was a little bit closer, that would have been a perfect play. Gamma with a demo of his own. That could have been another opportunity. But I'm seeing those demos coming out. They're softening up the defense. If they can have that third player in position, that will be an easy goal for one of these sides. It's just going to be who can get that third man in position first. A little bit over a minute to go. Rocket Scientist still in control of the match. Up by one. And keeping Weewoo at bay. As there we see the warning. A double demo from the orange side. And Tuv finds that clear. It's Jakob though. Shutting it down. Sends it off to the left side. Gamma needs to set this up. It's the redirect from Tuv. But Whale is nowhere to be found.
Jakob to Spart. Spart now trying to work his way around Gamma. That ball hard off the corner and beating everybody is tough. It comes off the post. Jakob, monster touch to the ceiling, buying time, but he needs to get back up to the second one, and he'll do just that, keeping his team alive so that they can close out this bracket. Whale now to the net. Jakob gets there. Soccer Sean as the outlet cut off by Gamma. Gamma pinch across. Jakob now looking for Soccer Sean. Whale's also up. He will beat him in that race. Tuv chasing down Spart, bumps him off the ball, now trying to collect it. Good 50 on Jakob. Gamma then stepping in. He's looking to drop this one down, bounces out instead. Whale won't be able to put it on, but they still have the lead, just trying to keep pressure. Jakob looking for Soccer Sean. Spart has to get to this ball. It touches the ground. Rocket Scientists take game 6. We have a game 7.
This is what it is all about. A 1-0 game 6. Going all the way into game number 7. This is it, Kwanzaa. This is it. This is where it all goes down. The one game advantage and all doesn't matter here. One more game to decide the $30 tournament prize. What are we thinking?
Oh, man, dude. Weewoo looked so dominant after game 5, and then they went ahead and put up 2 shots. But you know what? I'm a stats guy. I'm going to stick with the stat. Weewoo take game 7 because they have won odd games. Rocket Scientists have won every single even game, and they'd have to disrupt the flow in this game 7. I'm going to rely on my stats. I'm taking Weewoo.
I've been agreeing with you all night, but it's got to change right now. Rocket Scientists, there were so many opportunities that they had, and that they can see those. Once again, those demo plays were there so many times, but they just couldn't take advantage of them. But game 7 is where it all changes, because I think they know what to expect. There we see Jakob getting aggressive on the blue side. Whale hits that ball a little bit too hard. Gamma undercuts it perfectly, sends it to the corner. Looking for the tap. There's Whale. The shot would have been there, but Jakob gets posted up and aggressive, excuse me. Gamma Now on the back foot. On defense, got to take it over. And there's Will. Flying through the air. Trying to find a touch on the ball. But he can't get it. There's Soccer Sean. Fouls on one. Can't get the second. And now Jakob keeping this ball on the orange side of the field. A minute has already passed. Still no goals. But the offensive presence from Weewoo is enough to put the Rocket Scientist side in a bit of an awkward position.
And this is different than most of our other games because the pressure from Weewoo has usually come later and it's coming sooner, working out for them. Smart, their first actual shot on the board despite all that time in the orange half. And he's not going to miss that when it matters most. Smart, first goal of Game 7, putting his team on the board. Rocket Scientist now looking to equalize, but Soccer Sean opportunity off the kickoff. Smart tries for the far side, low right side post, and that one turned aside by Whale. Now looking to go back the other way, cut off by Sean, but there's Gamma. Gamma now jumping off the side, going for the solo play, had the double tap, but hit the crossbar, was too far away. That second follow-up shot goes into the corner, and Jakob has the space to clear. He'll do so with a musty flick.
All the way back over to the blue side. Bart, nice close 50. Whale's going to get there first, but Soccer Sean reads it. Whale not getting out of there without a little bit of carnage. There's Gamma looking for a double tap. It's going to waterfall down. There's Tov, though. He's got an opportunity, but it's cleared away by Soccer Sean once again. Ball sent to the corner. The ball is missed by Whale. And now, awkward spot for this orange team. But Weewoo playing a little bit too passive to really make something happen out of it. Whale going to take this up the wall, carrying it down. He flicks into it. It's going to be Soccer Sean once again with the save. One save for all three of these Weewoo members. And look at this Spart. He's just being run out of town by Whale, being chased all the way back to his own corner.
This ball into the middle. Gamma gonna chip it forward, and Tov now gonna open up some space for Gamma to shoot, but Spart positioning is perfect. He's right in the way, and then is there for the clear. Now going for the net. Whale has to retreat very quickly. Tov double tap off the sidewall, able to chip it past Soccer. Sean Gamma now chasing, and that's turned aside by Spart. Back and forth action, 3 shots, 3 saves, all on different sides of the field. That 50 straight up. Tov is there, but Jakob beats him. Soccer Sean in the foot race, and he will beat out Gamma, making the lead 2. And this is Weewoo looking like they're going to clinch Game 7. I'm not calling it yet. There's still plenty of time, but the 2-0 lead with the clock ticking down, it's a little bit spooky if you're a Rocket Scientist fan.
Rocket Scientists have had so many opportunities. And there's Weewoo with a huge one. Rocket Scientists, they've got to find out what's wrong. They're just not playing like themselves this game. They're not quite hitting the shots they need to. And they're just generally playing a little bit different. This is kind of what we saw in that Game 5 of the winners finals. But now, a minute left. This game is definitely not over. Ever see Whale? Way too strong of a touch. Forces Tov to go back and make a play on it. And Jakob just going to gain possession very easily. There we see Jakob getting in the way, causing problems for this Rocket Scientist side. There's the shot, but there's the save from Spart. The rotation is perfect for Weewoo. Rocket Scientists are going to have to find a way to get these rotations and try to throw them out of sync. There we see Whale with the rotation shut down. There's another demo from Whale. Now 30 seconds. Whale, infield pass. There's the shot. It's off the post. That was the opportunity, and that's what I've been talking about. The missed opportunities have been absolutely killer for this Rocket Scientist side. Clock is ticking. They've got to get something going. Another one! Rocket Scientists have shot themselves in the foot. The clock is running out. There's nothing to do. 10 seconds left.
They need one to go in right now. Tov can't get there, but it's in the middle. Gamma wasn't ready for it. He wasn't on the right side. was trailing in the corner, expecting it to bounce out, but that will be zeros. That will be the ball on the ground. That will be Wee Woo taking Game 7, taking the grand finals, becoming your winners of the Frost Esports Title 1 Blizzard Weekly. Man, it took Game 7. Pattern didn't break. Wee Woo took the odds, and look how crucial the extra game was for them.
It was absolutely crucial right there. That extra game gets it done. And rocket scientists, those last 30 seconds, they had three opportunities for a shot, and they all were off. Wee Woo get away with that Game 7. Rocket scientists just completely falling apart in the last 30 seconds. So incredibly similar to the winners finals. I don't want to keep quoting it, but man, they're like carbon copies, excuse me. But
I was like, I haven't heard that saying before.
carbon copies. But yeah, you get what I was trying to say. Wee Woo will be taking home the $30 and they will win the Frost Esports Blizzard Rocket League tournament brought to you by Titl 1. Congratulations, GG's to Rocket Scientists. And man, what a game. What a series. What a tournament.
Yeah, those two definitely put on a show for us, and it came down the wire. Game 7, but it just seemed like rocket scientists could not deal with that clock ticking down, could not deal with the pressure. There's a few times that tournament where I can point to, specifically that Game 5 and Game 7. So that'll do it for us here. Once again, huge thanks to Title 1 for sponsoring our tournament today. Title 1 is a Rocket League team and tournament host organization. You can check them out by doing !T1 in the chat. That'll bring up their Discord link. Go ahead and join that. Keep up with everything they got going on there. But I'll do it for us here. My name's Quanzek. This has been Starcoin Hero. Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to our production team. And we'll see you guys later on this week for some other tournaments. But next Monday for the newest iteration of the Frost Blizzard Weekly. Thank you all. Have a good night.